Happy Mother's Day, everybody. What you're looking at here is a box I found at my grandmother's house when we were cleaning it up after she passed away. It was really sad. I really loved her very much, and I loved the house too, and I was sad that we had to sell the place. So I lost two things I love. At any rate, this box I found is dated 1976. That's a copyright date on the bottom, which just so happens to be the year I was born. What I found in this box were a bunch of recipes. There are a few handwritten, but most of them are printed ones that I found. But these were all recipes that she saw and that she liked. One of them, this Kellogg's one, is actually dated 67. Most of this stuff I don't have dates on. So I'm going to make one of these for Mother's Day. Especially since this Mother's Day, May 12th, was actually my grandmother's birthday. And the one I've chosen is ground beef goes Hawaiian. Basically, it's beef meatballs with pineapple in it. So I'm going to make this because my mother loves pineapple. And so what better than to make for Mother's Day than something with pineapple in it. So anyways, let's make this recipe, and if this video gets popular, maybe I'll make a few more recipes from this box. Happy Mother's Day. So here are our ingredients today. We start with 1 1/4 cups ground beef. We have 2 1/2 tablespoons of soy sauce, 1/2 tablespoon of ginger. It's supposed to be 1 1/2 teaspoons of salt, but I'm only doing 1/2 teaspoon to cut down. We already got the soy sauce. Quarter teaspoon of pepper. We got 1 can of crushed pineapple in syrup. The ingredient list I have didn't say in syrup, but it does require the syrup later. And then 4 green onions chopped. And then it also calls for 3/4 cup of green peppers diced in large pieces, but I hate green peppers, so I'm leaving it out, but I'll include it in the ingredient list. And then it says for 3 cups cooked fluffy rice. I'm going to use some leftover rice we have that my mother made. This is a Mother's Day recipe. It actually has pineapple and coconut in it. So, you know, perfect for the dish we're making. Maybe I can include the recipe later. Maybe make another video on that. But for now, it just says white fluffy rice, and I'll leave that all in the ingredient list. So let's get making it. Alright, so let's start combining these ingredients and seeing how it goes. So, in a large mixing bowl, we combined ground beef with the soy sauce, the ginger, the salt, pepper, and we mix it together. Don't worry, I've washed my hands. Alright, so I am going to rinse my hands off one more time. I'll be right back. Move this to the back. The first thing it says to do is to drain the pineapple. Syrup, but retain it. That's why we had to get in syrup. This is actually a good one I got from a store that has sugar syrup. No high fructose corn syrup, or even corn syrup for that matter. Although it's more the high fructose I would avoid. Alright, so I think that's good enough. It says to remove or 1/2 cup of pineapple. It says remove a half cup of pineapple and add to meat. We will be using all of this pineapple today. This is just the portion that goes on the meat. Alright, now it's time to get the meat cooking. So it says to use a saucepan and to use a teaspoon as a measuring to form half-inch balls of meat. Sounds like what they really want is browning in the pan. Curious to know how many meatballs we're going to form out of this. But they're small, so they should cook rather quickly. Alright, I'll be back as soon as these are all nice and browned up. Alright, so I just finished cooking up the pineapple. Just finished cooking up the food, the meat, and it didn't say whether or not to keep the oil in there. I didn't put the margarine it suggested to put in there. So, but I'm draining it just because it didn't say. So, now we return all the meatballs there. I actually didn't say to remove them, but I didn't have enough room to start with. So to add the syrup. After lowering heat, you add syrup and the green onions. I'm going to stir it around a bit. And then it says to cover for 10 minutes. And we'll be right back. This is a timer from my grandma's house. Unfortunately, it doesn't work. Almost forgot to add the rest of the pineapple. So, mix that in. And we cover it. So after about 10 minutes is when you would add the bell peppers, but I'm skipping that step because bell peppers are disgusting, in my humble, perfect opinion. And here we are, all done. So now I'm going to take out my mom's rice that she made. That goes perfectly with this. And plate her up. There we go, beef gone Hawaiian. This is going to be for my mother, as this is made for Mother's Day, although a couple days early so I can edit. I hope she enjoys it. Yeah, everyone have a good day and happy Mother's Day.